extra products or open appointments, I'm going to tell you there's no need for cash when you can barter for it. As a business, you can sell your extra goods and services, buy things you need for your business and personal life. And when you listen to the end of this video, you'll learn how your employees can benefit as well. And we're going to ramp up with Kathleen Blair with Vendvana Barter Exchange right now. A lot of other people out. Kathleen Blair, how are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you today?
I am super fantastic. I know that one of the things that we talked about right before we just hit the record button for this episode was how hot it has gotten so quickly here in Arizona.
I know. It was like somebody flipped a switch and we went from spring to summer.
I know, it's like automatically. And one of the things that, I wanted to talk to you about is that flipping the switch, because a lot of business owners that I work with and you deal with had to kind of flip the switch and of what is going on with their businesses because of all the things that are happening right now. And I know you talk to a lot of folks, so I wanted to talk to you about is that flipping the switch, because a lot of business owners that I work with and you deal with had to kind of flip the switch and of what is going on with their businesses because of all the things that are happening right now. And I know you talk to a lot of folks, so what are some of the things or challenges that they're having right now on trying to jumpstart their business or even think about their business in a different way? And so I want you to talk a little bit about that. And before you get into answering that question, I know a little bit about you, and because I'm working with you and working together and partnering on some things. But tell us about your journey and how did you get to where you're at today?
And what? Okay, that's a broad question. I can narrow it down a little bit. With where I'm at right now is a previous business entrepreneur, and realizing how important cash flow is. And a lot of times you've got cash on the books, but you don't have it in the bank. Right. And it's not, because you haven't collected it yet, or it's tied up in inventory. And I discovered a fabulous thing called Barter. And I became, 20 years ago, I joined a barter exchange where I found that my excess inventory could be used for trade dollars, with the wholesale prices going into retail, the power of retail purchasing, that really saved me tons of money. I mean, all of a sudden I was doing my accounting with it. I could go to the dentist with it. I could go to the eye doctor. I could get printing done. I could get, flowers delivered to a customer. There was just so much you could do that normally my budget and cash wouldn't allow me to do.
Gotcha.
And then I could do, buy presents for people. In fact, just this week, I sent my brother his birthday gift, which was salsas and barbecue sauce and things from Arizona. And that was all on trade. So it really is, because right now everybody's slow. Businesses are finding they have to find a new norm for the season. And it just is a great way to save your cash and get things that you need so you can promote your business. Especially now's a good time to start planning and advertising. What are you going to do so that you are jump starting when the switch gets flipped back up?
Right. And you were talking about before, now people are looking at different ways for cash flow and trying to save cash flow and the trade. So everyone has heard about trade, and most business owners have heard about it. They kind of have a high level of understanding about it. What is trade? What is bartering?
Okay.
What's the true meaning of that? Because everyone has a different definition.
And they do. And a lot of people have done, hey, I'll do this and you do that, and it's a direct trade. And, and they both feel very comfortable about it. But there's sometimes they want something and you don't have something to offer them back that they want. Now you have a problem. One thing to recognize is that trade is the third form of currency. It's the oldest form of currency, and it's the least one used. But the businesses that are using it have another, choice besides cash. if you put it on credit, you know that you're going to have interest rates, and sometimes out of necessity. But now you have a third form of currency, and every business, if they have a product or a service, they really should consider adding it to their arsenal. It's just something that they can use. They don't need to use it all the time, but it's there in case they need it. And it's really, we are a bank. We are a barter bank. We do report to the IRS. You do have a bank account. You do get your true dollars, trade dollars put into your account. So when somebody gets your service, you don't need what they have. You can say, okay, I'll do it. You pay me, I'll put it into my account, and then I'll go get what I need.
Gotcha. And so that's how you were able to get the barbecue sauce as a gift to, okay.
My brother, yes.
Right.
And I make gift baskets. So
Okay.
I get, around the holidays, I make gift baskets, and I do about 70 of them. And I sell them all on trade. And that way it keeps me going for the rest of the year. I'll do some Mother's Day gift baskets now, but bank everything. And then as I need it, it's there.
Gotcha.
And it's been a lifesaver, because right now I do have landscape service and pest service and pool service and things like that I'm doing, that if I had to pay cash, I'd have to stop, because everybody's cash flow has been jeopardized a little, during the the season that we're in. And because I have it all on trade, they're coming Tuesday. The pool guy was just here this week. So I'm still getting things done, but I'm paying him with my trade currency.
Well, with the bartering and the trade currency, what are some of the misconceptions business owners have?
Well, some people think they're giving it away for free, and that's totally a misnomer. It's not free. You're getting value for it. It's just a different type of currency. And if they realize that it still has the buying power of currency, and you are bartering with people in the community. So we have professionals, entrepreneurs that all agree to take currency, everywhere from having your car detailed and security systems, a printer, a bookkeeper, visual, massage, an artist. I even have an interior designer coming on board. So, and we have a doctor. You can have right now a teledoctor. So if you need it, a naturopath, we have all these services available with business owners who agree to take trade currency. And a lot of them are getting, shirts for their crew. The doctor got decals and lettering for her office, and the kind of the storefront, the front of her building, her signage. So everybody had a need. And we also are part of a universal currency trade group. So if you're going to another state, we'll be able to offer you things there. You might be able to send flowers in that state to a relative, or maybe even take a trip and stay in a resort. So trade dollars is, like I said, have been around a long time, and people put their Airbnbs up for trade. So it's really a great thing when you have excess inventory and you haven't sold it. Don't put it on sale, just put it on trade and charge the full retail value. And you can also, if you have something, advertise it nationally.
Wow. So I guess one of the things that a business owner should look at is because you can do the direct one-on-one trade options. That's one type of bartering. But if you're looking at wanting to do it as within a larger group of probably people you really haven't had that one-to-one connection with, it's kind of best to be in these kind of bartering communities. How long have those been established? Like, has it been you said you had to barter to, and you have to go to the IRS, you have to submit paperwork to all that. So is it different when you have to go ahead and combine all the information for everybody from a value standpoint?
No, not at all, because you get monthly statements of your trade, and then at the end of the year you'll get a statement that's sent to the IRS, and you take your deductions off of it. In fact, you can give your trade dollars to a charity and get the write-off that comes right off your taxes.
Wow.
And the charities love it because if they have these galas, they want silent auctions. They use those trade dollars to print the tickets, to buy the gifts for the silent auction, maybe to get a caterer or the venue. So they love the trade dollars because if they spend all the money that they're getting just to throw it, then what's the point of having the charity? They're not making money for their organization. But this is a great way that they can, it's like, it's wonderful that you can write off that amount and help a needy cause at the same time with
Wow.
your trade dollars.
So you could do a lot more with it than, because I didn't know that. That's those are some of the underlying things that most business owners who are starting to look at this the first time and trying to help out their cash flow, they wouldn't even know until they talk to you and figure
Right.
out there's more than
Well,
you can do.
right. And our trade group is relatively new. We're in our first year. And the beauty of it, we call it the selective collective, where we're really making sure everybody is on the same page, where you're agreeing to barter, you're going to show up on time, you're going to honor the same prices, whether it's cash or trade. And we're having weekly functions. Now they're on Zoom, but we have weekly functions and monthly breakfasts. We were having quarterly get-togethers, after hours, where our members would meet each other, find out what they do. Inevitably, every meeting, somebody says, I need what you have, I'll be calling you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just great. In fact, yesterday, I've been having some back issues, and I had one of our members come over because he does mobile physical therapy. And he was able to show me some exercises that and really helped me. So it's unbelievable, all the things that you can make.
Wow. And so the difference between like a BNI group and a barter group, what's the difference between those two things?
Well, BNI is networking. They're giving referrals to each other. And some of my BNI members are in the trade community. In our trade community, we're just agreeing that we'll take trade currency. Mm-hmm. And another point is that, all right, so when my pest control or when the gentleman comes in and details my car, they have their trucks out there and they're advertising to my neighborhood. That's all cash business. So, and I'm telling people will say, well, who did your car? And I tell them that's a cash deal. So, it's kind of like the domino effect. You make me happy, I'll tell 12 people. Those 12 people aren't going to be trade people. They're going to be cash people. So it's kind of BNI on steroids.
I like that. BNI on steroids. And one of the things that Kathleen, I appreciate about what you and the group is doing is you are having that engagement. So you talk about Zoom groups and different type of networking and really focused, like not just networking to be networking, but network to focus and to help grow the opportunity of the other businesses. So what's the difference and why do you focus on doing something like that?
Well, our whole thing is to help our members succeed. We want to help them grow. We want to help them make their business successful, because the more successful they are, the more they're going to want to keep going and doing trade and helping other people. Our meetings have turned into educational type meetings on how you can function during this time and how we can help one another. And in fact, right now we're offering a 90-day membership at no membership fee, no cost for people who would like to try it. And, inevitably they're going to get the barter fever, I call it, and, want to sign up. And membership is very nominal fees. So it's the point is that we want everybody to enjoy the experience as much as we do.
Right. No, and that's an awesome offer for everyone who's listening. It's like, hey, try it around 90 days and see how it can, what you get out of it and then what you can put into it and see how it works for you. So if someone wanted to try to do the bartering system and then work within the platform that, your company has, what are some of the key points that, like, here's what you should do like the first 2 weeks to get really engaged with the community?
I think it's really important to, number one, what are you going to be willing of your services or your product that you're going to offer. You need to determine what you're going to offer and be comfortable with it. Everybody has skin in the game. Everything I put into my gift baskets, I paid for. Everything in your inventory, you paid for. But you're going to get so much more out of it. So if you're willing to do and just say, okay, if I'm a trainer, I'm going to offer so many sessions, or I'm going to do a package. And if I, have a service, tell us what type of plumbing services you're going to offer on trade. And then determine, what do you have right now that you need that you just don't have in your budget? And then find out if we have a member in our community that's offering that. And so, like I said, if you know how much that costs, you're going to be more loose with giving the things on trade, and then we're going to help promote you so our members will buy it so that you can get what you want. Like when my landscaper my pest service came on board, he wanted to go into landscaping also. So what he brought somebody in, but they needed shirts. So he was so eager to do everybody's pest control and landscape so he could get the trade dollars. So now he's got his business cards, he's got his flyers, he's got his cruise shirts, and he's a happy camper, and it all worked out because he's a relatively new company. He brought it in and he didn't really want any more out of his pocket, but he could fit in an extra job during the week. Or, so that's basically, if you can take one or two more customers a week or a month, if you've got some inventory not selling, those are the things that would be great to trade with.
Wonderful, wonderful. No, I thank you for giving those tips, because a lot of individuals who start something, they like, all right, I don't know where to go next, or, because I believe the first 2 weeks of doing anything is so important for that engagement. And some groups just say, all right, here's all the good stuff, but those members know about everything, and these new folks don't. And that's what's really key.
It might be simple as like, I don't have time to cut my own grass. If I could just have him come, if he can't come every week, he comes to me every other week, or yes, I've been always wanting to do that. Or I've got my husband's, our anniversary's coming up, or our birthday's coming up, and I'd really like to give him a certificate to detail his car. He's always wanted that. So, those are the types of things that aren't in the budget, but we offer them, and now you can afford them.
Wonderful. And so one of the things that you talked about earlier is the 90-day opportunity to just try it out. So how can individuals reach out and connect with you?
I think the best way would be contact me. They can email me at Kathleen with K, Athleen at Vendvana, which is V as in Victor, ENDVANA. And Vendvana came for, a vendor having a good experience.
Wonderful.
So
Kathleen,
that's how we got Vendvana.
Nice. So say that again. Say it again.
It's Vendvana.
Mm-hmm. Vendvana, folks. So make sure you check them out. Great opportunity.
You can go to the website.
Exactly. Check out the website. And it's great. I'm signed up. I'm a part of it as well, because I'm not going to recommend anything that I don't believe in and work with. And so Kathleen has been great helping me out, giving me guidance on how I can get the most out of it. So when you sign up for free for the 90 days, we're all going to be in this together, helping each other out and growing their business.
Exactly. It would be fun. Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that another thing that you said earlier on is that this is a nationwide thing. So talk me, what does that look like? So if I have some folks in Missouri or New York or California, what does that look like?
Well, you can have the local network, which you're in, Vendvana, will contact the broker in that town. And we can use the trade dollars. It's kind of like going to, another state. Your money is good there. And again, for an example, I had a member a couple years back who wanted to go to on a vacation. So we went to Seattle, Washington. She was taking her kids. Well, not only did I get him the hotel accommodations, I was able to get him restaurant certificates to some of the restaurants in town and some of the museums tickets, passes to go see things. So it really depends on what the broker has in that town. We've had people who call up and say they have their son's going to ASU, and they're with another organization, but they want him to have a good time while he's here. So what kind of services would he be interested in that we have? And she can pay for it with her barter dollars from the other state.
Mm. No, thank you so much for giving those great examples. I really appreciate it. Well, folks, want to make sure that if, like Kathleen has some great knowledge, great understanding of the barter system, just one of the best that I've talked to. And so the opportunity is to sign up, check it out for 90 days, and just grow. And then make sure, like you talked about, the first 2 weeks, know what your product you're offering is, know what you want to trade, and then be able to be in communication with everyone else and be fully engaged. Because now more so than ever is the opportunities like these, they don't last that long because we're all in this together. Right. And so we all feel the same type of pain. So we might as well just grow together, help each other out, and continue moving forward on the next side of the opportunity that we have right now.
And one other thing I want to point out is that a lot of small businesses aren't in a position to offer benefits to their to their staff, to their employees. Mm-hmm. One of the things they can do is give them trade dollars, like a Christmas bonus and trade dollars that they could use to go Christmas shopping on trade and get Christmas presents for their families, or give it to them as a medical, and they can go see the doctor on trade. You can say, I don't have, health insurance, but here's a doctor, and every month I'll put in so many trade dollars that if you need to go, you'll have it in reserve. So it's another way that, in fact, I had one other member tell me that because things are slow, he's doing things more on trade because he wants to keep his crew busy. Mm-hmm. And he knows that later they like the trade dollars. They understand that this is going to go toward their benefits. And so it's a way to keep the staff busy right now instead of them just sitting there. They're out there helping the community.
Wow. Thanks so much for those examples. That's huge because it's not, it's thinking outside the box of what else can we do and right. to help not only ourselves, but like our employees. I never would have thought of that.
It's, be creative with your dollars.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Kathleen. I'm going to have you on the show again. We're going to, especially talking about my journey of some of the things that, as we go through this process, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Hey,
no,
okay, perfect. Wonderful.
It'll be great.
All right. Welcome to the sharing economy, business bartering, filling someone's need and getting something you need in return sometime down the road. Check out Vendvana and Kathleen Blair. Understanding the power of community, and that is, remember to hit this thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel, pivot, and ramp up.